Hello everybody, welcome back to Contest of Speed. We're here for the EU2 race today, racing at the lovely Brazil track. So obviously I will bring up the Brazil track up for you on the screen right now, just before people get on track. So 15 corners, 2.6 miles, with 2 detection point, 2 DRS zones. So lovely overtaking at turns 1 and turn 4, probably the best place to see them. But without further ado, we'll go into comms. We'll go into the qualifying. I'm the Piney Penguin, and with in the comms booth is a Matty Robbo. How are we doing this evening?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. It's going to be a good one this evening. They've taken a while to come out on track, which I don't know if that's any indication, but there could be some inclement weather for EU2 this evening.
Yeah, it's looking very overcast today. It's looking very overcast tonight for this race. So,
but it is.
Just wondering.
We'll see if we'll get any inside information from if anybody decides to tell us, but. Yeah,
well, we will see.
Gloomy. How was your week off?
My week off was alright. To be fair, missed the racing, but we all had a week off last week for, I believe it was for the American holiday, Thanksgiving. So if there's any Americans in the chat, hope you had a wonderful week last week for Thanksgiving.
Give it a couple of weeks, 3 races now from this week, and then we break for the Christmas period.
Yeah,
because that is only round the corner here in the UK.
Yep.
So
it is. We've literally just come into December, so a couple of weeks. There'll be a 2-week break for Christmas and New Year's. But obviously, right now we should get onto these drivers to get the track map on and stuff. And I do believe Teal will be the first person to start a lap here.
Yeah, there's 14 out of there at the moment, with Andre hopefully to come.
Yep, so that'll make 15.
Pole time last night was a 1:07.8 in dry conditions on EU3.
It was indeed.
It's one of those tracks where you're not going to see too much difference, particularly between EU3 and EU2. But between all 3 tiers in general, it should be relatively close over such a short lap round here.
Yeah, bit of a wiggle there from Tail Aid coming around turn 10 as he's coming up to turn 12 now. And then it's up to the triple left-hander as we go back up to full racing speed and up the line. DRS will be activated now. And that's just a straight run to the line. What's the benchmark going to be as he comes across the line? It's a 1:08.7, the benchmark to beat for now.
Yeah, and there's a few.
And it's just got insta beaten by Steljo. Insta beaten by Steljo by about almost a second. And it's only just faster than yesterday's EU3 pole time.
Yeah, well, Steljo will probably go a little bit quicker than that. He's probably one of the guys that could quite easily cross over into the EU1 category. But yeah, as you said, time from last night's pretty much been beaten already on the second lap out there. So
who's coming next to do a lap and just seeing where everybody is.
That's all right. We saw Teal made a mistake there as well, so that's a good couple of attempts.
D Summers has done a time. Drelis is doing a double out lap by the look of it. He's done a 1:19.0, so he's doing a double out lap. D Summers up to second with a 1:08.4.
Pipetex finishing his lap with quite a lot of ERS. Yeah, a lot of in the 10% for quite a bit of that run up to the line, which is not really where you want
up to the line, goes up to P2, just ahead of D Summers by just under a tenth. I do believe that is an Alpine coming around the last corner. It's a Elo Ocon. He does a 1:09.0. That is Salber in the background, and he does 1:09.3 for Biker Craig. And I do believe that was Melvin just starting a lap, I think.
Melvin was about to start that. Connell's just done his time on a set of mediums, just to keep you guys aware of that.
Ooh.
That's not a soft run there, so he may go.
Yeah, he'll go
cool lap and go again.
Probably, yeah. So we're right on board with Melvin here, as he's coming up to turns 6 and 7 and 8. and heavy braking into 8. Then this one you could just coast around this corner of turn 9, and on the power again up to turn 10. Oh, and he's invalidated on the exit of 9. That is unfortunate for him. As I've seen other times going through, Grelis has gone up to 3rd, Lanky's up to 5th, and Rob Star's also done a lap. Where is one Charlie? There he is. Currently coming up to turn 10. Nice and tidy. And obviously back onto power for the flat out turn 11. And then into the braking zone of turn 12. And back onto the power for 13, 14, 15. With a bit of DRS to boot as well. So we'll have to see what Charlie does. Obviously he's going to try to beat his rival Steljo. And obviously Charlie up to line. What's it going to be? First laps. Only P5 for the time being.
Yeah, a bit of work to do for our round 3 race winner from Miami.
Yep. Obviously as well, I do have a little bit of background why Charlie might be a little bit slow tonight. He's had barely any practice. He's had barely any practice for reasons I will not disclose on stream. We'll just leave it as he's been a naughty boy.
Well, all I'm going to say is you don't. Sometimes just turn up and just go for it. Practice? What's practice?
I had some practice last night. To be honest, I was impressed with my lap in the end. I think I did a 108.2. So I'm currently right now. It would be like the second fastest right now in this qualifying. If I replicated that time, but
I'd be slightly concerned if these guys don't go again. It's one of these tracks where you could possibly get 4 runs on the old tyres. Malvin's done a 108.2, so
I do believe that's actually a couple thousand slower than mine. So I can't exactly. I think I'm trying to remember what I did yesterday in EU3. I think I did a 108.208. But in the end, my race went to pot in the end. Got caught up in too many incidents, which were most of them were not my fault. I should say I don't think any of them were my fault actually.
It wasn't me, honest.
Yeah. As riding on board here with Havoc Connor, you obviously yet to set a lap. The man in the Williams. Want to try and replicate his teammate's time, who's currently his teammate D Summers is currently in 4th. As we got a very slow Sauber in the way. I think he's cutting some grass there. Very
Valtteri Bottas.
Yep.
Esque.
Yep, Bottas cutting some grass. Anyway, Connor with DRS open, foot to the floor. Cross the line, where's he going to go? It's up to 9th for the time being. Who is that? That was Charlie just improving up to 3rd. There's 2.5 times faster than his previous best. That's a big improvement for this Mercedes man. Yeah,
that's the second quali lap on those tyres though, so he's got some.
So he must have made a mistake then.
Well, he had he went for that first run, didn't he, with a 109, and then
heavy fuel
backed
then.
out and then went again.
Yeah, heavy fuel then.
The expectation is that we'll see Charlie go a little bit quicker than that with some lighter fuel and slightly newer tyres in the next run that he does.
Just a little bit laggy there as he was coming up to the line to start his lap, and is already validated at turn 3. It's turn 3. That's not the best start. Biker Craig is also invalidated his lap, so we'll go on board with Tia's teammate Enamel as he's coming out of turn 12, and then up the hill. And there we go. Andre has finally joined us. Last competitor. Anyway.
Yeah, you'll have.
Where's Enamel going to go? Up to 4th. So that's a good banker time. Up to 4th.
Tight. It's going to be really tight in qualifying. It's going to be down to hundreds, if not thousands, between positions.
Well,
and everybody has set a time, which is fantastic news.
Yep, everyone has set a time, and right now I can tell you there's a very close gap between 1st and 7th. The gap only being 0.2. So.
Oh yeah, 2nd down to 7th is pretty tight.
Steljo goes just over a tenth faster than his previous best. The time to beat now is a 1:07.6. The Red Bull looking pretty quick today.
Hopefully Rob can set a faster time, because then the gap between second and everybody else is about a second, which is roughly where we expect it to be between the field over this track.
We'll have to see what Robstar could do. The man is currently on a lap. What's the second delta split? He's up by 4.5 tenths on the second sector. So that's only going to be in the 109s unless he picks up a lot of time here in this final sector. Yeah, we'll have to see the man in the Ferrari. Up to the line, just wide open. Cross it. Does a 7 tenths quicker, so he's improved his place, but only by 1. That's unfortunate.
Con's out on some soft tyres. He's set his first run on the mediums. He's just made a mistake, so I think he's going to go again. He's going
to start again. I just saw the lanky one crossed on.
Grillis is flying, by the way. He's coming up to the line, 4 tenths up at least, and he's just running out of ERS towards the end.
Up to second for the Mercedes man. And I've just noticed this, the lanky one's done a pretty quick lap. Lanky up to third, then both of them just get bumped down by Malvin.
I haven't had a good final sector, purple through that sector 3.
And I'm just looking at the chat. BK with the sub. 21 months. And man saying, I'm old. You're not that old.
Track is ramping up because Tay's just found another 4 tenths as well. So
we're getting multiple people in the 107s. So as I say, if I remember correctly from last night, there's only 1 person that got into the 7s. Right now we've got 5. That's not bad. Charlie's on a bit of a lap here. I saw he's like half a second up. Half a tenth up on his last lap. We'll have to see what this Mercedes can do. Obviously we'll want to try and match his teammate Grelis.
Yep, Con's improving as well. 3 tenths up through the middle sector, which is kind of a surprise. He's coming to the line. He's got loads of battery still left, so
up to 7 behind Charlie. What's Charlie gonna do? How much? He's up by a 10.5 on the middle sector. Is that a little slide I just saw there from Charlie out of turn 12?
It was a bit of a slide through turn 12 through Jing Sao.
Oh dear.
And he's backed out of that lap.
Yeah, not happy at all with that lap. What's Biker Craig doing? Is he on a lap? Ooh. Not as tight on the apex as he would have wanted there. Coming down to turn 12. He's a 10th down now. So will he bail out this lap or will he carry on to finish it? Currently just over a second off the pole time right now. He finished the lap. He's going to finish the lap. He was a 10th down on the second split. What's he going to be? Oh, a bit of teleporting now from my perspective, but he's still down at the end. Andres is now...
From where I was, so I was just seeing if it's dust or if it's rain. I think it's just dust that I'm seeing particles kick up on the guy's field of vision.
Just watching Andres here in the Red Bull, filling it in today from EU3. Up to the line. What's he gonna do? He's done a 1:08.5. So up to P10 right now.
He finished, by the looks of things, he finished 6th last night for EU3, so seems to be slightly handy around this circuit. But yeah, as you see, gap between the field isn't going to be that much, and yeah, quite a few guys into the 1:07s. See if there's anybody else is doing a lap. That's pretty early. I think Amol is going to be first one to set. No, he's going to back out and going to go again.
It looks like he's backed out of it, so down to his teammate then. If they're see what Tierlade's up to here. Mount some improvement. Because he's sat down in P12, which is not really where he wants to be. His Tierlade is usually up near the front. So he needs a big improvement to try and get in amongst the guys at the front. Ones in the 107s. going around the last couple corners. But nope, actually no, he's doing a double out lap because I could just see the delta and it's a 112. But he's just started a new lap now. They must have.
Sorry, I'm being slightly distracted by the Premier League scores coming in. Newcastle just equalised in the 90th minute against Liverpool. It's fantastic news for everybody else.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at the Everton score later.
Last
time I heard they were 3-0 up.
I think it was 4 when I checked before we go on, but we'll find out in a little bit. We'll probably find out during the interlude.
Yep, Biker Craig with an improvement and does improve his position up to 12th. Not much of an improvement. As Pipe Tech is on doing a double out lap by the look of it. We'll ride on
I think
back
people
on
are making mistakes. There's a lot of invalidations or people not improving.
Namel's back into the pits, so he's not happy with his lap. Here is 5/10 up on his previous best. How much is he going to gain? How much is he going to gain in this last sector? Up to a line for Tailade. It's just under 4 seconds. He puts himself just behind his teammate into 9th.
Interestingly, he lost nearly a 10.5 through the last sector, which is basically one traction zone. So must have got an awful traction zone there. Enamel's qualifying is done, so Grelis and Andre, because they won't be able to get back out now and set a lap, because we have only about a minute and a half remaining of the session.
I said the lap is not very big around here. They could probably do another lap, but I think, to be fair, I think with Grelis, I think he's happy just to be in third, to be honest. But we'll have to see how the Mercedes man does in the race. Obviously, I'm just trying to swivel through who's actually doing. Got Melvin and Steljo starting laps. Lanky's about to come up to. Andre's retired into the pits, obviously. Charlie's waiting for people to go past.
Connor's going to be the one that looks like to be on any kind of lap at the moment. Matched his first sector.
His teammate's also on a lap as well.
10.5 up through the middle sector, which is good.
Yep, riding on board with Havoc. Connor wants to try and find a bit more time to try and get into the top. Probably wants to try and aim for a top 10 start. On up to a line, goes up to 7th. That's a good...
quarter. Yeah. What's that, quarter of a second? He's gained 5 places.
Yep. Anyway, D Summers up to a line. What's it going to be for D Summers? It's a 108.0, so up to 6th.
Malvin's on the move. He's on the move.
And there he is. Yep, and there he goes.
Stelcho is responding though, and it's nearly by half a tenth. This could be very tight.
No, he's lost it.
No, he lost it at the end.
Who's that? Who's that? Lolcons just crossed the line. Who's that? That's Tay in the background.
Yeah,
we've got
Lanky's coming as well.
Lanky, where's the Ferrari going to go? No improvement there for Lanky, so he'll start P5. Charlie next one across the line.
Purple.
Yep, Charlie on personal bests. He needs to find some good time here to get challenge. Nope, up to 5th. Next one across the line will be Robstar, but he's not even on a lap. So I don't believe it's the two Williams cars.
And they're both not on a lap.
No, because one's cutting some grass, and the other's going at a snail's pace into the pits.
So 5 drivers there, setting 107.9s.
Wow. And the top 2 doing 100.6s, so that's pretty good. The top 2 separated by less than half a tenth.
And then from between the top 8, which is pretty.
Yep, and then
pretty impressive.
From Grelis down to Tay, less than a tenth separates them. So that is some good laps as everyone's now finally crossed the line, so we should be able to get into the race. So Lanky one looking pretty good. Yeah,
looking pretty good.
Yeah, full classification then. Malvin starts on pole with Steljo right behind him. Then it's Grelis, Connell, Charlie, Lanky, Tay, D Summers, Havoc Connor, Enamel, Tearlade, Andre, Biker Craig, Pipe Tech, and Rob Stout will be rounding out the grid. So now this is where I'll be like, Matty, who's your money on to win the race?
Well, I think we've seen a trend in terms of people's qualifying pace to race pace, and I think Stelcho is the one to probably look out for. Charlie's sitting in fifth, but I don't think it'd be too disheartened by that. Look, it'd be interesting to see how Melvin goes this week. We've seen in the first few rounds great over one lap, but that race pace isn't as strong as some of the other guys. So I think Stelcho will be my favourite. I know that's boring considering it's second. Charlie will probably get himself in and around the podium places as well. I don't think you're going to see, to be honest, outside the top 5 or 6. I don't think you're going to see anyone else really try and challenge that podium.
You never know. Yesterday in EU3, we had a lot of safety cars, which actually mixed up the grid quite a bit. That could happen today. Obviously, now we are waiting for the drivers to finalise their setups, finalise their race strategies, and sort their fuel, and then we should be getting underway. Obviously, Malvin will lead us away from pole, but I think I'm going to put my money on Grelis to win this. I think the man is currently is third from qualifying. Oh, and there we go. Lights are on. 4, 5, and then lights out, and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It looks like a good getaway for Steljo. He's already ahead of Melvin before turn 1. And side by side they are, but not. Oh, Melvin goes for a bit of a dive there, but Steljo still keeps the lead. Con's made up a few. Con's made up a few places. Grelis has gone backwards. Tearlade's made up about 4 places on the starts, and his teammate is gone backwards.
We've got damage on one of the Williams. It's D Summers got front wing damage on the hard tyres as well, so that's going to ruin his strategy. It was a fairly decent-ish start. We saw someone just get a little bit half spun at turn 1, which occasionally happens. But yes, what a start from Stelcher, just bombed it down the inside, and Malvin just looked bogged down there. So Red Bull, but then followed by the 2 Alpines.
Yep. So Alpine on the podium right now as it stands. Like Charlie's gained a few place, so is Tay. Grelis, probably biggest loser, started 3rd, is now down to 7th. So hopefully he will be able to improve that, as it looks like Tia's going to try to go around the outside of him. But Tia is on the soft tyre from what I saw, and Grelis is on the hards. As obviously Steljo
move for the lead. Malvin and Stelcho side by side.
Yep.
And Malvin's got himself possibly back through. Stelcho's going to hold it around the outside.
But Steljo's was ahead at the DRS zone, so he's not going to get it. And Charlie's going to make a move on the inside of Con behind. And Charlie getting a move. Charlie up to 3rd as Malvin gets up to 1st. So non-stop action already on these first couple of laps. I'm struggling to keep up already.
Yeah. It's a track that promotes overtaking as it is, but with the DRS coming into play after that one, as we see in normal Formula 1, it makes it super competitive, and no one is outside of the train as of yet, which is fantastic on the opening couple of laps of this Brazilian Grand Prix.
It's very nice, and I'm just going to quickly bring up the tyres because I'm curious to see what people have done. So, from what I can see, both Williams are on the hards, same with Grelis, but then both Aston Martins are on the softs, where everybody else is on the mediums. So that is interesting there. That is very interesting to see. And then also just have a quick look at these position gains. Tearlade's gained 4, Grelis has lost 5, and then Pipe Tech and Rob both gained 3. People going up and down the grid.
Oh, Stelcho for the move down the inside of turn 4.
Yep, I think I caught.
Fairly respectful.
Yep, he's got moved done. Oh, Lanky all over the back of Tay here for 5th. The Ferrari looking very strong here. We'll have to see if he can get past that V-cab, as the V-cab went a little bit deep that turn 8 there, but the Lanky couldn't take advantage. Oh,
yeah, Lanky would have got a lot of wash there as he was heading through turn 6 at Veradura.
yeah.
Because of just being able to follow the dirty air of that RB in front. He'll have a better go at this time around, but the gaps between all these guys, 3 or 4 tenths, and very difficult with the DRS. It's quite strong round here, and you're probably going to see a move for the front again.
Yep, I'm on board with it. As Malvin's down the inside, but they're still side by side as we come to turn 1, so Steljo having to give that up, but we'll get his help.
Charlie
DRS.
got out of shape.
Yep, I saw that in the background as Charlie's now side by side with Con. Still side by side as Melvin is going defensive here to cut off Steljo attack, and will survive this time around. As here we come from this camera angle, he's still ahead. But right now it's Alpine 1-2. As it looks like Charlie's getting a bit close to the diffuser there of Connell. Ooh, it looked like he's going to go for a move there.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Turn 8 at the top of the hills are really.
And I was about to say nobody's picked up pens yet, but as I was about to say it, D Summers, Charlie, and Enamel all pick up 3 seconds. Oh dear, boys, that is not good start.
Turn 8 at the top of the hill, you can probably make a move there. You can send it quite late there on the brakes if you're feeling brave enough. Charlie looks to one at the moment to be the one struggling.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Basically, he's got no ERS left, and he's just trying to hang on.
Yep, Steljo back into lead. Oh, Hacker in chat. Be like, what was the pole time? The pole time was 107.644.
Yes, that. Oh, Malvin weaving this way and that to try and get past.
Yeah,
looked a little bit dramatic.
Yep, Steljo doing his best to keep that Alpine right behind. Trying to make that Red Bull as wide as possible. As it looks like Grelis has dropped off the back of the lanky one, so Grelis has dropped out. Oh no, I say that as he gets back in.
He's flirting with. I was about to say,
he's flirting with it.
Get our first break in the train.
Yeah, that is flirting.
Trying to do the best he can. The detection point will come up roughly where turn 13 is. That little kink on the left.
Yeah, you're welcome, Hacker.
Couple of places, but still with us, and Grelis isn't inside.
No, that is unfortunate. So Tailade will probably try to take advantage as Charlie gets fastest lap of the race somehow with no ERS. But
he's just using the DRS. That's all they're doing, and the fast that isn't actually that much difference, about a tenth and a bit. So.
Hacker in chat be like, can't believe Rob is out of DRS.
Malvin and Steljo.
Oh, fighting over the lead again.
I've seen a Red Bull wide there before, once or twice.
Yep. Charlie looking a bit close to Con there, trying to get up the inside of that Alpine at turn 8. It's got so much more speed round turn 9. Gives Con a little love tap.
He's clearly running probably a little more downforce at this stage.
Con with a little slide ahead of him, so that's not going to help him. Obviously, the top 6 have broken away from Grelis. 1.3 their gap they have over Grelis.
Grelis isn't doing too bad though, Piney. Considering he doesn't get DRS twice, it's literally this part of the track now where he's now, you see, just dropping off a bit, dropped off by 3.5, 4 tenths.
Oh, a little bit of a send there from Con there. So Steljo's lost 1 place and he's picked up 3 seconds, and looks like Steljo might lose place to Charlie. Nope.
Yeah, he's still ghosted. It was a half spin, so it's going to get a bit chaotic.
Ghosted. Yep, he's back on the inside of Con though, back up into P2, but goes a little bit. Ooh, right up. Lanky and Tay. Tay's off the road, so Lanky gets a free place there. And with all this fighting, looks like Grelis is going to quickly come back into this, and there we go. He's back in under a second. And Hacker. So Tailade also dropped out of DRS, so those soft tyres may not be working so well, because obviously his teammate is already boxed off of them.
Yeah, whilst we try not to argue over each other, and also those guys arguing over each other on the track, Con picked up 3 seconds in that move as well, which isn't ideal. TLA's got front left. It's got front left end plate damage on that Aston Martin, which could suggest to me why he's just struggling a little bit on those soft tyres.
It'll explain why Havoc Connor is right all over him. And there we go. He's bailed into the pits. So he's released the Williams duo. As TLA gets 10 for speeding in the pits now! Oh dear.
Just to compound it some more.
Yeah. Disaster. I thought when I saw both of them on softs that was a disaster strategy, and now Tier's strategy's gone even worse. Picking up 10 in the pits. Oh dear. And to answer your question earlier, Hako, they got 3-second penalties on lap 4. Charlie got his on lap 4. I could see Matty getting 9 seconds of pens tomorrow. Oh dear.
Right, that's it.
Matty's not happy with that, as Biker Craig is the latest person to pick up 3 seconds. So, penalty bingo, anyone?
Well, you know, it's usually a pretty strong chance round here. I'm going to be interested to see if Havoc Connor can close this gap up to Gredis, who's doing a fantastic job at this stage of the race, considering he's only going to be a couple of seconds off the lead. We saw a switch again up front.
Yep, Steljo back into the lead, and Charlie's gonna go for a send. Charlie went for it, and Charlie's got it. Charlie up to P3. But now it looks like the lanky one's pretty close to Con. We'll also see if the lanky one can get in this fight. As Grelis is starting to really catch up to these guys up front, as Tay's a little bit wide there on the exit of 4. Yeah.
I'm never happy with you, Kako, because I just found out that you returned to commentary last night and you didn't tell me about it.
It was only a one-off, though. I think it was only a one-off because
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Hacker will say something about it when he hears that.
Oh, he will. Oh yeah, I'll just wait for him. It's fine.
Oh, Enamel picks up the I believe that's his second 3 seconds. So he's on 6. Aston Martin's not having a good day in the office. As it looks like
the Williams have. Sorry, Piney. Williams have swapped over, and D Summers is now leading, but he's got the damage, which.
It depends how bad the damage is, as we got swap for the lead again.
And
Alvin's back
has
in the lead.
overtaken Lanky as well.
Yeah. Obviously, Grelis is right on the back of these guys, as Lanky's side by side here ahead with Tay. So who's better on the brakes? And they're still side by side. These two are. Tay obviously giving plenty of space there to Lanky, as TLA fastest lap of the race at 1:10.138. As I saw Andre in the background getting past the D Summer, so D Summer's all out of shape there. Who was that off the road there?
Oh dear! Off the road.
Oh dear! LOL Connell's off the road.
Yeah, and I don't know whether that's going to be he's overheated the tyres and he's slid straight across.
Yeah.
You can tell he's really struggling now with that, and he's got Havoc Connor now closing.
Yeah, really closing. As Tay's just out there. I think Tay doesn't have. I don't think Tay got DRS on Charlie. We'll have to see in a second.
Correct. Tay has not got DRS off Charlie, and he's having to use battery to keep up, and he'll be a sitting duck now as we go into turn 4. And
there we go. Lanky down the inside at turn 1, and Lanky's got it. Lanky up to 4th. But now it's Tay's turn for
compromised
DRS.
He's compromised his run and got out of shape for good measure.
Yeah.
We've got Gredis now in the hunt.
Yeah, Grelis side by side and going around the outside. Keep it on the track, and there we go. Grelis has got the move done. Grelis up to 5th. Tay losing 2 places in the first few corners there of this lap 11.
Yeah, obviously, this little fight's cost them though. It's over 2 seconds now, that gap.
Yeah, obviously as well, Grelis' hard will be better than those mediums right now. Obviously, I'm expecting these medium runners to start coming in around lap 14 to lap 17, I reckon. Maybe lap 13. But we'll have to find out. Obviously, those hards can definitely go a lot longer. I'll see the two Williams and Grelis pitting around lap 20 to 24.
Yeah, come on, you're the expert. You did the race last night. You can tell me
Yeah,
about
well,
strategy.
to be fair, we had too many safety cars last night. I think we had about 4 safety cars last night. So most people stretched their mediums to about lap 17 because of it. And obviously, Connell's in the pits as Steljo is back into lead, and I've got the wobbly cameraman angle. Oh, Malvin just giving Steljo a little love tap there as they run up to turn 6, as they are still vibrating violently, and I'm pretty sure Steljo just may have picked up a warning there.
I will have a look. No, he didn't got away with it, but he's on 2 low.
Oh, he got away with that. Oh, lucky. Oh, Malvin!
I've just seen that. Has he just speared off?
Yeah, I just caught that stream. Oh no, that's not good. And he's come back on the track a little bit questionable. He's come back on track ahead of the lanky one, and he's in the pits. So totally right there. And as Grelis is up into 3rd, ahead of the lanky one. So right now it is Mercedes 2 and 3. As Charlie now looks to chase after Steljo after that mistake there by Melvin out after thing. Oh, Pablo's turned up in chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, Charlie. Oh, Melvin's nearly dropped out of the pits.
Oh
on the
dear.
exit. I was going to say it's going to be close between. It was going to be close between him and Connell. It definitely is going to be close now. Connell with the warm tyres. He's got TLA behind him.
And this is where like Pablo, you jinxed Charlie. As you see, he's got a pen. He picks up another one. So Charlie's on 6. You know what? Let's have a quick look at these pens, just because I'm curious. So Charlie's picked up 6. D Summers on Baker Craig, Lol Corn have picked up 3. Tailades on 10, and his teammate is on 9. So not the best start.
So he saved his battery up. He's going to be in behind.
Charlie making a move for the lead and gets it done before turn 1.
He does. Grown into this race is Charlie, and
up
2 behind have now caught up a little bit with Grelis as well. Yeah, Tay just
Andre around the outside D Summers, and his team. Unfortunately, Con couldn't get past, but yeah, D Summers with that end plate damage, I do believe he will pit. But he doesn't look to be struggling though, even with that damage on that side. Well, it's on the right hand side. As I say, I think there's like more lefts and rights. So I'll have to. As well, I just noticed Grelis is actually kind of catching these two up front. The gap is coming down. It was 2 seconds a lap ago. There's now 1.4 the gap is between himself and Steljo. But that is because these guys are start on the mediums and Grelis is on the hards. So Grelis is just pulling up Tay and Lanky along right now.
Yeah, gap to lead, 21.5 seconds. That's where Malvin is at the moment compared to our leaders that are still out there and carrying on.
I'm trying to think, how much do you really lose in the pits when it's not safe? I know under safety car you lose in the pits about 15, 16 seconds. As Tay's the latest person to pick up 3 seconds, as he's got past the Grelis, as Charlie's going back trying to. Oh, sorry, Charlie's losing the place to Steljo.
And Malvin's just got past Rob into turn 1 as well. So Malvin has just taken 8 tenths out of the leaders on that lap alone. So yes, they're going to have fresher tyres towards the end of the race, but I wouldn't leave them much further, boys, unless you're going to start properly working together to minimise the damage.
Like ideally, I would, if I was them, I would be pitting roughly about now, either this lap or next. If you pit on like 17, you're really pushing it, as Charlie's a little bit deep into 12. Lost a bit of time. We'll have to see if the front 2 are in here. Looks like they both. Oh, Steljo in. Charlie stays out. What about the drivers behind? Tay stays out. So does Lanky. And Grelis will make a move on Tate into turn 1. There we go. And so we'll see where Steljo comes back out compared to Malvin. Obviously he's dropped down to 9th at the minute. Malvin's literally coming down the pit straight now. You know what, we'll to see where Steljo... I think he's going to come out just behind Biker Craig. Is there Steljo? He's going to...
Oh, it's going to be tight.
This is very tight.
It's going to be so
tight. Oh, he's
tight.
clattered the wall! Steljo clattered the wall. He's lucky
I'll tell
not
you what,
to get...
if he has yeah, he has got away with it as well. He's lucky
Yeah,
he's not got any visual damage.
Yeah, because I'm watching it as Connell behind him has picked up another 3 seconds. Ooh.
So Charlie, you'd think, will have to respond.
Yeah,
to
Charlie has to respond this lap, I would say. Like, he has to respond unless he's not even struggling on those tyres. Yep, there we go, he's responded.
Yeah.
Let's see what Lanky is in. Tay stays out for another lap.
Tay's got DRS off of Grelis. That would probably be part of the reason why he decided to stay out.
Yep, so Grelis into the lead for the time being. And obviously as well, D Summers and Havoc Connor haven't pitted yet. Oh, is it? Sorry, they're on their hards.
Through, and Stelcho's going to get that move done as well. Biker Craig gives them a wide berth there.
Yep.
And they'll carry on their way. There is Charlie, and he's going to come out behind Stelcho.
Yep, and just ahead of Biker Craig. So that's not bad. He doesn't lose as much time as I thought he would. But towards the end, I don't think that lap fresher tyres will do much for them. As I've got hiccups, so I do apologise.
That's right. I had to mute myself a moment ago because of things that were happening.
Oh dear. Yeah, so,
good things for me.
Yep, so back on with the leaders for the time being. Obviously, I assume Tay should be in this lap. If he stays out any longer, he is pushing punches, I would say. There we go.
Yeah,
Tay into the pits after 17 laps.
Andre's going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
and I'm
Andre's in as well.
Pipe
Tech stays out for another lap. Interesting. So Pipe Tech clearly is going to try, maybe try and stretch these.
Stelcho has got past Malvin. I think we're going to see another. We're going to see another stint of people just going back and forth to each other until the end.
Oh, I've got the wobbly cameraman angle again.
And Malvin goes straight past Stelcho.
Gives him a love tap
into the back of the Alpine. That was.
Yeah. Gives him a bit of a love tap, but I think Steljo got away with damage, as this helicopter camera needs to be steady. Steljo he's definitely got no damage, but he's lost a bit. Obviously, Charlie's gained a bit on the pair of them. Just wonder as well where will these hard runners go as Tier Lady is fighting with Biker Craig behind, as Biker Craig is ghosted. But also, I don't think Biker Craig has even pitted yet, actually.
No, he hasn't. Neither has Pipe Tech and the leaders.
Yeah, well, the three leaders are all on the hard tyres, so.
Hey, credit where credit's due to. These times is still out there with that damage.
Oh
by
yeah.
the way.
So I think that if you get damage on the right side end plate, I think that's fine. It's mostly drivable because there's not many right turns as Biker Creek picks up 3 seconds, as the lanky one has got past him.
Malvin and Stelcho! Stelcho's made contact once or twice. And Stelcho's got front wing damage as well. Malvin's picked up 3 seconds for being probably pushed wide there. Door opens up possibly for Charlie. Oh, that is quite big.
Oh, and the damage Steljo got is on the left side.
On the left-hand side. It's the opposite side to which we were just talking about.
Yeah.
How did Malvin get away with it as well? Because that was a hefty whack that occurred between those two as they're coming up to the slower moving traffic of Pipe Tech. That's no disrespect to Pipe Tech, he just hasn't pitted yet on those medium tyres that are complaining a little bit. I'd be very careful, Malvin, because he's going to want to dive into the pits in a minute.
Relis is into the pits after 20 laps. And so is Havoc Connor, so they're in earlier than I thought.
Oh,
they would...
Charlie's...
Yep.
Oh, this is all going to get a bit messy.
It is. Charlie's past Steljo and past Pipe Tech as well. So Steljo did not get past Pipe Tech. He will get past now.
It's going to be slightly harder though, because Pipe Tech's got the RS and he's got battery.
Yep. As Tay is past Tierlade behind. He's up a place. Because he Summers in a lonely first place. But it won't be for much longer because I assume he will be boxing at the end of this lap. So going on with the net leaders with Malvin and Charlie. As Grelis has just got past Tierlade.
Steljo's fine. He got past Pipe Tech, but that's cost him some time.
That's cost him a base.
And he's going to have to do really well considering he's got that damage. He's 1.2 seconds behind.
Yep. There we go. D Summers into the pits. After 20 laps of those hards, he's had enough, and I assume he will change his front wing. So he will probably drop behind his teammate, who's down in 13th. As Pipe Tech is also into the pits. I assume Pipe Tech is into the pits for a set of softs, probably.
Yeah, you know about that front wing?
He didn't change it, did he?
I don't think it got changed.
Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie dear. So he must be able to manage that front wing perfectly all right then. Because to be fair, he's ahead of he's 2 seconds ahead of his own teammate who's finally got past Enamel and into the points.
Oh, Charlie's all over the back. So Charlie's running. I think Charlie's running more downforce around this track because he's so much better through the middle sector in terms of he's basically pushing the car in front past. Meanwhile, Grelis is 6.7 seconds, 6.4 seconds off the lead now as he's trying to close in. But
he's Charlie trying to catch up to Connell, Lanky, and Tay ahead. But I assume Charlie will go past. He will go flying past Melvin as we come up to the line. There we go. He's up into the lead.
Yeah, which will explain why he then struggles on the straights and has to burn a lot of battery. Oh, he's out of shape through.
He's really out of shape.
3.
Oh dear, and he was ahead of things, so he gave DRS away. Havoc Connor with fastest lap of the race at 109.869.
Yeah, if that's a lap of I've just dumped all my battery to get fastest lap, I don't know what was. I've just clicked on board to see how much battery I had left, and that confirms my suspicions.
Well, it's not just that. He's probably trying to get back into the DRS of his teammates so they can start swapping because they actually lost out to Andre by a couple seconds and he pitted the lap earlier.
Yeah, he's also, I'm going to curse him, but he's one of the few drivers that haven't got any penalties as of yet, which could be quite
yeah, I do believe
important towards the end.
I do believe just under half the grid has penalties. Obviously, Tierlade did have a 10-second time penalty, but he's pitted again, so he's got rid of his pen.
Oh man, he is just on the move at the moment. Grelis all over the back of Connell. Then here we go, possibly looking for a move down into turn 1.
We're riding on board here. As Robstar, as you've just cursed Robstar, he's picked up the latest person to pick up a pen. As Grelis is now going to chase after the lanky one in that Ferrari, and next after that will be Steljo for a podium.
Yeah, 5.4 seconds is the gap to the lead. Again, one of the drivers that haven't picked up a penalty as of yet, but even if he did, I think just the sheer pace that Mercedes is shifting at the moment.
Tierlade with fastest lap of the race. He's not going to get an extra point for that because he is down in 14th. Oh, as we've got yellow flags and Rob has spun it. Oh dear, Robstar.
That's okay. Luckily, no damage.
Yep, but he is going again, so no safety car being deployed. Everybody being able to keep it nice and calm. But look at this, Grelis all over the back of the lanky one here. As we're riding on board with this. Obviously, this is mediums versus the hard, so you can see how much more grip this man has. And I assume he will make the move down into turn 1, down the inside into turn 1. Slightly later on the brakes, and there we go, job done. Grelis into 4th. and now has to catch 3 seconds. I think as Tay. What happened to Tay? Was it? No, it wasn't Tay. It was Connell. Made a bit of a mistake. Lanky could try and come back at Grellis at turn 4. Not quite close enough. As Tay behind has got past Connell.
Yeah, Connell did not fighting too hard. I think he knows his race was slightly ruined by that mistake he made in that opening stint.
Yep, surprisingly, even with this wing damage that Steljo has, he's not actually losing that much. Well, he's losing time to the drivers ahead, but not as much as you think. Probably like a 10th or 2 a lap, which is not bad at all. Obviously, he will have a very fast Grealish chasing him down. As somehow he's just gained over half a second on the top 2. Out of nowhere. So what have the top 2 done? Is Charlie's got almost had half a second to Malvin there.
They're just swapping back and forth, really. Charlie, the one with
Connell 10 for speeding in the pits.
Pit lane, that's not ideal.
And there's the retirement.
Yeah, dude, that was
so,
you know.
Connell has had enough, and he's out of here.
Yeah, we've seen that on a few occasions. It's not just Connell, but yeah, that is the telltale sign from a driver.
Oh, Steljo picking up 3.
Steljo's picked up 3.
Oh, this.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but that now makes it easier for the likes of Grellis and Lanky of all. Lanky's up there.
Yeah, Lanky's actually keeping up with Grellis, and Grellis is bringing that down, but gap between himself and Steljo down quite quickly. So, Grellis is, well, right now is on for a podium as Rob Starr picks up 10 for speeding, and that's him retiring from the session as well. So,
it's like a case of deja vu there for a second.
Yep, that's 2 retirements now in this race. As Tailade picks up 3 seconds for track limits. The latest proper of that. As Malvin's not quite close enough, as Grellis has actually broken DRS to the Lanky one. Yep, Lanky doesn't have DRS. So he's got back into it with Burning Bash a little bit. No, he's outside of it again. As we go over the detection point, so there we go. Grellis should be able to run away scot-free. As D Summers has caught up to Andre and has got past him. So Summers up into 7th. Clearly that wing damage is having 0 effect on him.
Yeah, 0 effect whatsoever. You should see what then happens. There's some guys out there that's really going to struggle on the penalty front in terms of losing places. Charlie's going to lose it to Malvin at the moment.
Yeah.
Just about keeping it to Steljo. Still just hanging on in there. But he's got a wild Grellis hunting him down.
Just look at the gaps with Grellis has to the leader. With Charlie having 6 seconds, he will actually drop behind Grellis and Lanky. So Charlie will actually drop down to 5th as Malvin's going for a move for the lead. Obviously, with the penalty Steljo has, he will drop behind Grellis. But Malvin will not. He'll be like just under a second ahead. But obviously, we're on lap 27. We've got 10 to go in this race. So everything can change. As I'm just looking at fastest laps.
Yeah, 10 to go. We're going to see a lot of more swapping near the front. It's going to get feisty, I reckon, with a couple of laps to go. And the elbows really well and truly come out.
Yep, they will.
But we're waiting to see when Grellis is going to be...
Baker Craig picking up 3 seconds.
What's the phrase I'm looking for? Oh yeah, striking distance. There you go. AWS like using that. Striking distance for Grellis, and it'll be, I reckon, in about 4 or 5 laps time.
Well, Grellis is already on the back of Steljo. As you can see the pens on the board there. So we've got Enamel, Biker Craig, all both have 9. As Charlie's back into the leader race ahead, as we're riding on board here with Grellis. Should be able to... Nope, not this time around, not quite close enough to get past... Not quite close enough to get past Steljo into turn 1. We'll have another attempt though at turn 4. As we're going to ride on board here with the Mercedes. Will they go for it into 4? Nope. 4 against it. Like you'd have to get past. You'd have to get past soon, otherwise you're not gonna catch these two. Obviously, you want to be within the 3 seconds of Melvin so you can pick up a free win.
The thing I'm thinking about is I don't know if Gredis will realise this or if he's listening or anything. I don't think Melvin's 3 seconds is going to get upheld. I think that could be a 3 seconds that possibly could be removed because of how it happened, got pushed out wide.
It depends
if he's then got any warnings, but I wouldn't be banking on, oh look, I'm sitting here, I'm fine. I would try and get this done.
And this is where I do some investigating. Go have a look how many warnings Malvin's actually picked up.
I shall go and have a look. Malvin at the
moment. Not quite close enough to the back of Steljo, but it's just all of a sudden just gave him a love tap. So clearly it is close enough.
Well, yeah, Malvin's had that is his penalty. So he hasn't had any additional warning since. So I wouldn't be.
Yep.
Oh, he's pushing him now.
Yeah, Grelis getting really fed up now being behind Steljo, because the longer he stays behind Steljo, the longer it's going to take him to catch up.
The problem is, I would have just done it last lap, because Steljo wasn't using his battery and he was kind of just coasting, and I would have just done it into turn 4 last lap and then try and pulled away. Now he's burnt quite a bit of the battery advantage that he has, and now he's stuck behind Steljo.
And he's made a mistake a little bit there. Because now Lanky's back in DRS.
Yeah, well, Stelcho's not got much front wing either, so that's actually helping his straight line speed a little bit more as the front two are going to battle.
Yep, so it looks like he's using his battery on the straight here to keep ahead of Grelis. Obviously, he will get closer with the DRS assist. For now, we'll have to stay behind the Red Bull unless he tries again down into turn 4 as Charlie's gone back into the lead. Close enough.
Oh, he's on the grass.
Oh, Grelis in the grass. Oh, it's a shame he's not in the Haas. I could have said the Haas isn't. That's a Haas in the grass. And we can thank one Corey Brooks for that line. A Haas in the grass.
I think he thought Stelcho was just going to cover the inside, and he didn't, and that caught him out. He didn't do the expected thing.
Yep. Like,
if all of a sudden change of underwear.
Yeah, if I'm Grelis right now, I'll be getting slightly annoyed with Steljo. It's like, man, you slow, get out the way. That's what it's gonna be like probably to the rest of us later. But he's not doing bad here. Obviously, if he keeps up with Steljo, because right now Steljo is still in the 6 seconds of Charlie, so Grelis will still gain 2-3 places. He's in a net P2 right now. Obviously, he really wants to get past Steljo to go catch up to the Tump 2 and then try and pick up a free win. But it looks like the lanky one's gonna go down his inside.
Charlie.
Charlie's picked up 9 now! Oh no!
And that
Charlie's just
definitely.
That is the nail in the coffin.
P5.
That is the nail in the coffin now for Charlie. With 6 to go. That is not the best.
You donut.
Pablo, stop jinxing him. We'll blame Pablo, it's fine. Pablo in the chat saying crash incoming, and man's like, as soon as I join again, Charlie 9 seconds. Yeah, you've jinxed him, Pablo. I think you should stick around now at this point, because if you disappear and come back again, he'll pick up 12. Alright, come on, Grelis, this time. Get past the Steljo.
He's too far back though. He's half a second.
Yeah, I'm starting to think now his mediums are starting to really die out.
And that's what I'm saying. He should have just done it earlier when that moment where he had more battery and he was all over him. That's when he should have done it, because now it's going to be really hard. And Stelcho's just going to burn and just going to go. Unless we're going to see a late move down the inside, we will see a late move down the inside.
There we go. Grelis'
elbows are out. Could see a Red Bull dive down the inside of turn 6 just to try and hold it.
Still side by side. This is some great racing here.
Yeah, good move by Grelis.
He's finally got it. Grelis into the podium spot. I will now try to catch the front two ahead with 3 laps. Well, sorry, not 3 laps. With 5 laps to go.
4 or 5 laps to go.
I never do ask you for pens. I will give you the pens. There they are.
There's a tasty battle going on for the last point on the road in this race between Amol, Pipetech and Biker Craig, as we've been watching the front.
Yeah, but Pipetech
Amol hasn't picked up a point yet in the championship, so
well, with
this
his
could be it. Oh, have it.
With his 12 seconds of pens, I don't think he's gonna keep it.
No,
As
he won't.
Stelcher trying to get past Grelis, but Grelis getting the elbows out and Grelis keeping ahead. So Grelis will stay ahead this time.
He hasn't got the DRS though.
He's gonna get swamped now by Steljo and the lanky one, will he? Well, he's gonna get passed by Steljo, but not by the lanky one. I think the lanky one lost it.
Havoc Connor's just made a massive mistake because he's well off the back now. I've just caught an eye on it whilst we were looking at the light battle for P10 and the battle for the lead and for P3. The gap is 5.2 seconds, and it looks to be, for being honest, it looks like it's slipping away here.
Yep.
For the man in P4.
Slipping away, but like, if he keeps up with Steljo and just stays where he is now, he'll gain 2 places and will be put on a podium, which is still going to be pretty good. Oh, Lanky in the grass there. As Malvin and go Lanky. Oh, Lanky with a big send gets 2 places into turn 1. Oh, what a move by the Ferrari, but it's compromised a little bit, and Stelger around the outside at turn 3. You don't see many overtakes there. Obviously, he was behind as well, so he gets DRS, and Grelis will go back flying around the outside of him at turn 4 now. Grelis around the outside. Oh, bit of contact there. Bit of contact.
This is what we wanted to. This is what we wanted to see from Lanky last year after a difficult season in EU1. Back in amongst fighting the guys near the front. It's not been an easy start to life in EU2 this season for him. We've only picked up 9 points from the first 3 races, but on for a big points haul this evening if he can just stick with these guys and keep out the wall.
Yep, if he can keep out of the wall, he will gain a place for Charlie. As we got yellow flags in Sector 2, I believe that was Biker
Craig just had a half spin, nothing major.
Oh dear.
Amol, bless him, on 27 lap old hard tyres, trying to fight to get P10 on track.
It's not going to matter though, because he's got like 12 seconds of pens.
It's on track though, it's just pride. Oh, he's going to go down the inside of Pipetech.
Oh, Grelis back into 3rd. Andres passed D Summers for 7th with the help of DRS. And Amel, yep, back ahead of Pipetech. And Steljo trying to go around the outside of Grelis here at turn 4. But Grelis giving him the elbows.
He's off the road.
And Steljo off the road.
A Mercedes and a Red Bull going off the road at turn 4 at Brazil.
This reminds me of Hamilton versus Verstappen all those years ago.
I've never seen that before. Andre's move is an important move. He's only a second outside of where Tay is. Tay's got a 3-second penalty. Yeah. He's got about a lap or so to try and close in, so that's quite important.
We're on the penultimate lap as well, so if oh, have I just noticed as well, Charlie's actually broken a second to Malvin out of nowhere.
He has.
When did that happen?
Because he's dumped his battery and decided to get on with it.
Yeah, too many laps too late as they started the last lap. Obviously, we're going to ride on board of this fighting battle. Oh, 3 wide into 2-1. Oh, Lanky gets a double move. Steljo misses out.
Oh, he's going to compromise his line low.
Yep. Lanky compromised, so Grelis has DRS again and will stick behind, but obviously DRS and the battery dump it down at turn 4. Try and go around the outside. No, not quite.
We could see a Hamilton Gasly here run to the line, I feel, for
we could do.
Fish P3.
Yep, this is the battle. Wait, Biker Craig disqualified for failing use required tail compounds?
Yeah, he's gone medium.
Oh dear. Biker Craig, what have you done? I don't think he's realised if he's... Oh, he's just...
Charlie's 2 seconds ahead.
Oh no! Drellis made a mistake. Steljo through. Oh no!
Steljo has gone through, but it's going to leave. So Charlie's going to win on track then.
Charlie's
Malvin's
going to take the win, but it'll be Malvin who gets the win. There's the battle up the road. Lanky will take P2. Grellis up to P3. But Steljo with his pen actually stays behind Charlie. So Charlie actually bolting it actually allows him to pick up 4th. And so Tay picks up 6th. Then Andres...
only second and a half. By the way, in the end, behind Malvin.
Wow. And then obviously Andres 7th, D Summers 9th with his 8th with his penalties. Then Con. Now we just wait for the rest of the grid. And Animals cross the line and Pipe Tech.
Pipe Tech will jump in.
Oh, but oh dear. Biker Craig in chat be like, what the fudge? Man, you didn't use...
But you pitted on the same tyres, you don't. It doesn't matter if you pitted on the same compound of tyres, you dummy.
You gotta use 2 different compounds, you donut. Oh dear. But anyway, that was a good race.
It was a good race. It was contested throughout, really. We saw the guys at the front swap back and forth. We had 5 or 6 of them at one stage, which was great.
So final classification then. Malvin, with a hard battle with Steljo and Charlie, manages to take the win here in Brazil. The Lanky and Grellis benefited from people ahead getting pens, so they take up the last 2 podiums with 2nd and 3rd respectively. And obviously Charlie 4th after picking up his 9 seconds. He did 1 on the road, but 9 seconds of pens demotes him down to 4th. Then Steljo, Tay, Andras, then D Summers, Havoc Connor, and Pipe Tech being the last person in the points. And then the last of the finishers are an Amel in 11th and Tearlade in 12th. And then your non-finishers for this race are Connell and Robstar, who both DNF'd on the same lap. And then Biker Craig with the disqualification. Unfortunate for him, he did not use 2 different compounds of tyres. So that is unfortunate for him. And now we move. We will see if the guys want to do some interviews. I'll have to. Please say a message in to ask. No, you're not. What's this?
Whilst you're doing that, I shall talk some things.
Yeah, I've pinged.
You don't have to wait much longer for some more contest speed action. AM2 going to be racing in a couple of hours' time. 9 PM Eastern, 4 AM. No, 4 AM. Let's try that again. 2 AM UK, 3 AM Central European time. Next European action is tomorrow night for E1. That will be at 9 PM UK, the same time as it was tonight. E1 share their race days with AM1. If Wednesday evenings at 9 o'clock is your preferred slot of choice, that's when you are available. EU2 will be running again next week. We'll be heading to Portugal, sunny Portugal, in the Algarve for Portimao for round 5 of the championship, and that will be at 9 PM UK time. Again, all the UK races that start at 9 will be 4 PM Eastern time for our American colleagues if they want to catch the action on their way home from work, etc., etc. After the stream is finished, the stream will be uploaded to the Twitch channel and then further uploaded onto our YouTube channel, where you can rewatch it, catch the highlights of, catch the race in full for your viewing pleasure.
some reason I'm trying to invite people to the thing, but both Melvin and Grellis don't want to do interviews. Lanky said yes, but I'm trying. I can't. For some reason, it's just not. It's just not showing Lanky up when I'm trying to invite him to the thing. Unless I'm just. No, I'm just putting his name in wrong. There we go. But we'll have a chat with the Lanky one. I finally now figure out how to invite him. And obviously Melvin and Grellis. Well, Melvin for reasons he's making food, so he will not be joining us. And then Grellis just outright said no, thank you. But he did. For some reason, I'm just looking at Discord. He did say Steljo can replace him if for it. So you know what? I'll be nice for once.
No.
I'll be nice for once.
No, there'll be uproar. With it, the fourth place man do it this week. They want it next week and the week after.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, never mind. I'm being told off. I wanted to be nice, but I'm being told off by Matty. But yeah, no Steljo.
It only happens at the end of the season when you could.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Woody there if you want to.
That is true. That is true. Right. Anyway, so
now Rob wants to get involved. This is what you've done. You just opened the door. Now all of a sudden they all want to have a go. All want to have a chat. Blimey.
Yeah, I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble. Anyway, well, we'll have a quick chat then with the Lanky one. Obviously, he's now here in the call with us. So we'll have a chat. The man who finishes P2 in the end. So
yes,
you had a nice fight there at the end with Grellis and Steljo. So...
Yeah, I had a good battle with Grellis for most of that race. He started on hards, so I knew that towards the back end of the race he should start to struggle with the mediums. Yep. So I sort of just. I had a couple of goes at them earlier in the race, but I sort of just hung behind, waiting for the last couple of laps, and then that was my time to make the move then.
Yep, you definitely waited your time to make the moves on the Grellis. Obviously, there was a pretty nice moment. We had a 3 wide moment where Steljo wanted to go on the outside, but then you were like, nah, I'm going to go down the inside of both of these. That was a lovely moment.
The door opened, so I went for it.
Yep, it did. But obviously, you had an amazing battle, but obviously, how did the race feel overall, though?
Yeah, it felt it was a good race all the way. I enjoyed Brazil. The track's a decent track all round. So yeah, I quite enjoyed it really, and like I say, I was battling for most of it, so I was pretty occupied for majority of the race.
You definitely were. Obviously, it helped as well. They had a good qualifying as well. I believe you qualified P5 or P6 one.
Yeah, I had more time in the lap, but I had a little squiggle coming out the final corner, I think, in my last run, which I lost 2 tenths there, so.
Ah, yes.
There was a bit more in the lap.
That couple of times, yeah, can cost you, I think, a couple of places. But
yeah,
still had a strong race. Anything to ask,
yeah,
Matty?
Overall, it was a good one.
No, I just want to say it's great to see this man battling now near the front for EU2. I know what it was like for him last season. It was a rough watch, and also rough to see him. But you got 9 points from the first 3 races. Obviously, showed a lot of pace tonight, so it was quite nice. I don't say I've got favouritism or favourites towards others, but it was good to see somebody that had to go through the pain of last season to be fighting near the front tonight.
I believe that is my first league podium as well, so.
Oh, bonus!
Yeah, I'll take it.
Get in there!
Yeah, obviously, man was in EU1 last season, had a very difficult time. But obviously now EU2, starting to rack up the points. Obviously 18 points for second, big chunk. I'll give you a big boost in the standings.
Yeah, let's hope I can sort of maintain it for the rest of the season.
More to come. More to come.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
Yep. So with that being done, then that'll be the end of this stream. Since only the lanky one wanted to come for interviews. Obviously, congratulations to our race winner tonight, Malvin. And then obviously, congratulations to Gralis, the other podium sitter. And obviously, congratulations to Lanky for getting that second place today, which was well earned. So
Thank you. Cheers.
So, yep, cheers. And so obviously now, as Matty said earlier, the Americans will be racing a little bit later. I do believe in about 2 to 3 hours time from now for the AM2 race, and obviously tomorrow will be the EU1 race. Back here at 9 p.m. UK time, and obviously that will be with me back in the comms booth with Charlie instead of Matty. So we'll have to see how that goes, and obviously as well we wish Matty good luck in that EU1 race tomorrow. Hope he doesn't bin it and gets less pence than Charlie.
Yeah, you swap one Mercedes driver out for another Mercedes driver tomorrow, so
yeah, that is true. And then obviously then tomorrow after the EU1 race tomorrow, a couple of hours after that will be the AM1 race. So I hope the Americans have a fun time in Brazil. Like we had a fun time today in the comms booth. So without further ado, if you stick around for a couple of hours, you'll be able to catch the Americans. But without further ado, that is it from me and Matty, and we will see you next week. Adios.
adios.